What if the reason you're restless, stressed, and struggling is because you're still trying to control what was never yours to control? Today's episode is a very important one. Let's talk about it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my beautiful sisters. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Sarah. This is where I share reflections, beautiful reminders, and address your concerns. This is our little cozy corner where we can come together as sisters to grow, support, and lift each other up and connect on a deeper level, inshallah. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's get started with today's episode. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Out of all the videos I've shared, perhaps this one might be the most important. Because everything else, your certainty in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your dua, your dhikr is built upon this. May Allah give us the strength and the support to practice what I'm about to share with you, inshallah. Because this alone can completely transform your life. This is not easy, but with sincere intention and perseverance, we all are capable with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of the things that keeps coming up again and again. The very thing most of us find hardest to truly live by. It is placing our full trust and reliance in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Trusting Him the way He truly deserves to be trusted, relying on Him even when everything feels like it's falling apart, and holding on to that trust, especially when life seems to be moving in the very opposite direction of what we prayed and hoped for. Now, what is tawakkul? I think it's important to define what tawakkul actually is and what it's not. True tawakkul is when you no longer depend on anyone because you know that everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't mean you shouldn't visit a doctor when you're sick or avoid seeking guidance from a lawyer when you're facing challenges. We are meant to take every means available to us. It's part of our responsibility. But the question is, are you trusting and relying on the doctor or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Your heart should not be attached to the doctor for healing because it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone who heals. Imagine you're in the process of something important in your life. Maybe you're applying for a visa, waiting for a job offer, hoping for help with your rent, or even trying to get your child into a certain school. Naturally, your mind goes to the people involved, the officer, the employer, the landlord, or the school staff. You start waiting on their reply and hope and wish that they say yes. But the one who truly understands reliance upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, yes, those people may be the ones in front of you, but they are only the means. The decision was already written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So instead of relying on them, your heart turns to the one who controls everything. The one who can soften hearts, open doors, and make the impossible possible. Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills something for you, He will make it happen, even if every door seems closed. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withholds it, no amount of chasing will make it yours. That's why the believer naturally goes straight to the source, the one in total control, above all, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, know that if the entire nation were to gather to benefit you, they would not benefit you except with what Allah has already written for you. And if they were to gather to harm you, they would not harm you except with what Allah has written already against you. The pens have been lifted and the pages have dried. We've spoken about what tawakkul really means, but now it's important to talk about tawakkul because it's something many people often confuse with tawakkul. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you were to rely upon Allah with true reliance, He would provide for you as He provides for the birds. They go out hungry in the morning and return full in the evening. True trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. We still need to strive and do our part. The birds don't remain in their nests waiting for their needs to be met. They go out in the morning and return in the evening. We must always do the best that we can and then place our complete trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the outcome. Tawakkul is to put your complete trust and reliance in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while doing your part. You plan, work and take action, but your heart depends only on Allah for the result. This brings peace, trust and reward, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who rely upon Him. Now, tawakkul is what we don't want to fall into. It's when someone claims to rely and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while sitting back and taking no action. Saying things like, if Allah wants me to get the job, it will come to me. This becomes an excuse for laziness and inaction, and it's not from the characteristics of a true believer. Ultimately, tawakkul leads to loss and regret. It's not true trust or reliance in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we must be careful not to fall into this kind of behavior. I want you to take a moment and really think about the people you lean on the most right now. Maybe it's your father, your husband, your boss, your team, a close friend. Ask yourself, who do I feel I can't live without? Whose help would hurt the most to lose financially, emotionally, practically? Be honest with yourself. You might say, I don't rely on anyone. People have let me down. I only rely on myself. Even when you rely on yourself and your own capabilities, it's still relying on other than Allah. And when we depend only on ourselves, we limit what's possible for us, because as humans, we're limited. In truth, we can't do anything except by the help and permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the small everyday things like waking up, thinking clearly, showing up for our family are only by the help and permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We rely and trust fully in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, and then we use the means He provides. Whenever you're worried or you're feeling stressed, remember this verse. Say, nothing will ever befall us except what Allah has decreed for us. He is our protector, and in Allah let the believers put their trust. This verse is in Surah At-Tawbah, verse 51. There's a beautiful dua I love which I want to share with you. It's du'as like this that make you realize the greatness and power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how it only makes sense that we rely on Allah fully in all matters. This is the dua. Allahumma inni tabarra'tu min hawli wa quwwati. Iltaja'tu ila hawlika wa quwwatika ya dhal quwwati al-mateen. Wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-'ali al-'azim. The translation of this dua is, O Allah, I dissociate myself from my own power and strength, and I seek refuge in your power and strength. O possessor of all strength, the firm one, there is no power and no might except through Allah, the Most High, the Most Great. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. When we truly reflect upon these words, which mean there is no strength or power or change of circumstances except through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You may think that a certain person, perhaps someone with authority or influence, can help you get what you're looking for. But in reality, it is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who grants and withholds. People are merely means, capable only of doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already written for you. It's very easy for us to fall into the habit of relying on others. It's how most of us have lived our entire lives. Many of us go through our days on autopilot, rarely stopping to reflect on how we're truly living. We just go with the flow, and life often becomes robotic. Let this be the moment you pause and really think about your life. Who are you depending on? Let this be the defining moment you detach your heart from all of Allah's creations. Let this be the moment you choose to rely solely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do this even if you have to write little notes around your home to remind you. I rely and put my trust in you, Ya Allah. We often say that we trust and rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yet our actions and our thoughts and our emotions tell a different story. The moment you truly and sincerely place your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's when everything changes. It's a beautiful journey. I want to touch on tawakkul and dua. You may come to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His names and attributes, but it's through dua that you truly experience Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and develop a deep connection with your Creator. When you call upon Allah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala answers your dua, you build a personal relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one that strengthens your heart and deepens your certainty, trust and reliance. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, I want you to really hear these words. Call upon me, I will respond to you. We often hear this verse, but rarely pause to truly comprehend it in the way we should. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, call upon me. That's a command. Then He said, I will respond to you. That's a promise. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never breaks His promises. So when you call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, know with certainty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears you and He answers. Here's the tawakkul part when it comes to your dua. When we make dua, we trust and we rely 100% on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to answer, because He has promised us that He would. When we truly and wholeheartedly believe that Allah will answer our dua, that belief becomes our reality. What often delays many people's du'as from being answered is their lack of trust and faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always remember these words: I am as my servant thinks of me. If you think of Allah with doubt, fear or limitation, that becomes your experience. But when you think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with love, certainty and hope, you'll witness His mercy in ways you never imagined. No dua is ever too big for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything you ask for, ever wish, ever dream is easy for Him. I'm going to conclude this video with a beautiful reminder. When Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam was about to be thrown into the fire by his people, the angel Gabriel asked if he needed anything. And Ibrahim alayhi salam refused help, stating that his only wish was for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be pleased with him. Allah then commanded the fire to become cool and safe for Ibrahim alayhi salam, and he emerged unharmed, with the fire only burning the ropes that bound him. That is the epitome of reliance upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whoever puts his trust in Allah, He will suffice him. In Surah At-Talaq verse 3. O Allah, have mercy on us, for You are the most merciful to us. Do not punish us, for You have power over us. Decree for us only what is good, for You have power over all things. O Allah, through Your vast mercy, grant us safety. Protect us from all that grieves and burdens us. And let us die upon full faith, following Your book and the Sunnah. Allahumma ameen. If you found this video beneficial, don't forget to give it a like and share it with those you love. You never know who might need this reminder right now. And with that, I leave you in the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.